Right, here is the full version, well, what I played anyway, the intro for Little Wing. So, quite challenging this, so if it's difficult, please check out the previous Little Wing video, which is showing you the basic chords and some basic sort of improvisation that you can put on the top of them. But we are starting right up here. So he first of all does a little slide off, so you want to mute the strings and sound them and slide off straight away. So mute, and then as you slide down you just release. He's got an open E on the 6th string, so we can drop to that. We haven't, so we're going to have to drop straight to an E minor chord, which is that fret 2, fret 4. So it's like that. So as you slide off, you're kind of trying to form that E minor. More mutes and a little riff. It's quite nice, isn't it? So what he's doing is he's playing a lot of kind of pentatonic stroke chord tone-esque licks off the individual chords. So when we're on the E minor and the G, we're using the E minor, G major pentatonic scale. When he's on the A, he's kind of playing licks which are quite A minor. On the B minor, he's playing sort of like little licks and so on. So I'll kind of cover those as we go on. But basically, that riff is hammer on from 2 to 4 on the bass string, but play the open string, so you got to make sure you're not catching it. So hammer on, play the open top string and slide up, or shift up rather, and go 7 to 9, hammer on again, bar, little bar on fret 5 of the top 2 strings, and a little hammer on onto the middle string only. Not 2 of them. You try and keep that where it is, hammer onto the middle, so you can still hear fret 5 here, hammered onto that one. So now he's got it's a very slow tempo, but he's got a 16th note shuffle going on, so it's got a bit of a kind of bounce to it. It's not completely even. Just try and play it with feel, but that's why maybe some of the notes might sound slightly funny timing wise. But then we go to E, then we go to G, and I'll just play the open strings there to start with, do a couple of strums, straight up fret 12 bar, and hammer on and pull off here, so that's a trill, and play the open G, and then I'm going to frets 4 and 5. So I'm doing, so that's fingers 1 and 2, again bridging, and I'm strumming and doing a little hammer on from finger 1 to finger 3, from fret 4 to fret 5, and then go 5, 4, 5, hammer on 4, finish on that middle string. Let's try those first 2 bars. So we've got the slide off, E minor, hammer, hammer, little bar, and then G, trill. So after the trill, actually play that bar again. Then open here, 5 and 4. Straight away hammer on again. Now, a lot of these hammer-ons, not all of them, but a lot of them are what you call grace notes, where, and Hendrix used them a lot, they sound great, and it's quite loose sort of timing wise, instead of being like a definite rhythm. They're fast, but they're more what you call an embellishment. So really that's dum, da, da, dum, that's the rhythm, but bum, but, bum. So the you can hear the hammer on, but it doesn't create an extra rhythmical note, it just embellishes. Like we don't really hear that 4, it embellishes this one with the hammer on. That's a kind of grace note hammer on there. Grace note. Okay. Again, just don't worry so much about your timing to start with. You got to get through the sequence, but that's what's happening. So these aren't grace notes. They're normal hammer-ons. That's a grace note though. You hear they're a bit slower. That's a blom, faster, da-dum. Kind of grace note. You can sort of fill it out by playing this low one. A, or even just the bass. So after that A, I'm actually jumping off the bar. I'm going to go up here and do a hammer on. Sort of play that fret 5. And then jump up to a bar at fret 5. Grace notes again. So hammer on to 7 on the top string. Hammer on to 7 on the middle string. See, I'm picking through, making it sound a bit chordy. And then this is a bit funny. 7 to 9. I'm going to get my pinky finger on fret 10 of the middle string. It's a bit funny. So that's 7, 9, 10, straight down to 2 and hammer on. So hammer, 10, hammer, back to E minor. So all of that bar of A is, and then little bar, and then hammer, and then finish on E minor. Let's try that from this angle. So A, hammer, fret 5, bar at fret 5, 7 on the middle string, 7 to 9, 10, 2 to 4, E minor. Straight away, we're right up to now 12 and 14. So that's a 12, 14, I'm using fingers 1 and 3 there, and then I'm doing a trill with my little finger on 14 as well. So after that, trill, then play those same 2 fretted notes, 12, 14, and then that's a kind of an E minor pentatonic thing, so it's 9, 12, 7, 9, 7, 12, so bass string, then middle string, then bass string, and if you want to, you can do a little grace note hammer on there. to B. Now here, I've had to knock this down by an octave because he plays, obviously got 6 strings. He plays like the high version. It sounds great, but I've had to knock it down by an octave. But it's the same notes basically. So that's fret 4, that's fret 6. Now you can do, if possible, a little bar across 7 on the top 2 strings. That's a little grace note on the middle string, so it's B, 6 on its own, 7 back to the bar on its own, and then grace note, and then finish on there. So that's 1, 4, back to A. So that's B4, back to the A. So B, pick through all 3 strings, A. So let's try the E and the B. So we've just gone B, okay, and then off that A, this bit's difficult. So what we need to do here is, if we want to make it sound like the original, this note here, fret 5, we keep that ringing through, and we go 7, 9, trying not to mute that, trying to keep bridge round, 7, 9, 7, 5. So I'm not going to say that note because I'm always playing it. So it's 7, 9, 7, 5, swap over, 3, 2. And then finish off with 7, 5, 5, 7, 5, 2, 4. A, 7 and 5, 9, 7, 5, 3, 2, 5 to 7 to 5, G, so that's slide in the G power chord, 5 and 7. So start with open and then let's slide it up 5 and 7. Straight back and slide it down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the G over F. And then we've got C. So I'm going to take this first finger, drop it down here, C, up to B. Now we're on B for 2 bars, so I'm just going 1 and then so we've got that melody going, and so grace note from 7 to 9 on the middle string. I'm only playing 2 strings here, and then 7 and 5 back to the bar, that's 9, and that's 11. That's a bit nasty. Okay, so let's go from the E, the second time we hit E, so we've just played the, finished the A off, and we've got E. And then right up here, minor, pentatonic, B, B flat, and then G, 3, 4, C, D, right, dead slowly. I'm going to play all of that from mute, slide off, E minor, high up, hammer, A, hammer on, double stop, E minor, pentatonic, B, little bar, B flat, A, nasty stretch, back to G, slide up, slide down to F, to C, little riff, D, and then double stop, riff over D. Not the easiest, so if you can do that, send me a video. I'll be really impressed because I found that pretty tough to work out.